Steve, go ahead, please.
Susan, Terry Rowland, his
Steve.
first convention from Shelby County, Tennessee, and let's explain from your standpoint what happened with the debate over the rules and whether or not, as we've been hearing from some of our listeners, that there should have been a roll call vote.
Well, this all took place after the Rules Committee did their job, and they voted in the Rules Committee to do it by acclamation. So they lost in the Rules Committee. They lost in the primary. They lost in the Rules Committee. So I think it's just a bunch of, sour grapes, if you want to know my opinion of it.
Do you think there could potentially be some trouble or some controversy moving ahead the next 3 or 4 days?
No, I really don't. I think it's over with now. And, I mean, you were talking about literally a handful of people. And at the end of the day, we have the delegate count 1237. Matter of fact, we got more than that. So I think that we'll prevail. At this point, I think a lot of them left. A lot of the people that were really crying and whining about it have left.
From the Free the Delegate movement. But we heard from one caller that said, why not just have the roll call vote? You would have won it anyhow. Why have this air of uncertainty moving ahead?
You know, that's above my pay grade. But I'm glad it turned out like this, and at the end of the day, I think it would have saved a lot of hard feelings. I think that's the reason why they didn't do it.
Why are you supporting Donald Trump?
I'm worried about this country. I'm 55 years old, and I've never seen this country in the shape that it's in right now. I'm tired of having to think that I have to apologize for being a Christian. I'm tired of letting everybody else in this world come first. We're America. We feed everybody in this world. We need to start taking, it says in the Bible that charity starts at home. We need to take care of here before we go and help anybody else.
And the next couple of days when Donald Trump comes here, tonight with Melania Trump, Thursday with his acceptance speech, what do you want him to say?
I want him to say that we're going to have a strong military. I want him to say that we're going to take care of the retirees and the veterans. I want to hear him say that we're not going to say that we're sorry to be Americans anymore. I don't apologize for being an American. We're the greatest country in the world. Like I said, we have fed the world. Now everybody wants to try to kick us. For the last 8 years, Obama has let us sink lower than I've ever seen it in my lifetime. And it's not because of race or anything like that. It's because of his policy. And I mean, look, for instance, let me say this, Black Lives Matters. What about those police that's been killed? He said maybe 1 or 2 lines about that. That bothers me. When police are being killed in this country and the president won't stand up for them. I mean, there's something inherently wrong with that. I was not raised like that.
You don't think the president has stood up for those police officers?
No, I don't. And I'm going to tell you something. Shame on him. Shame on Obama. Shame on you.
But he did talk Sunday about what happened in Baton Rouge, and he did go to Dallas. I'm just asking you your feelings about this.
Let me tell you, he did what he had to do, okay? But he didn't do enough. He's got a record. He's got a record of talking bad about policemen. I can tell you this, racial tensions in this country now are worse than I've ever seen them. And it was my generation that segregated. I mean, desegregated. So at the end of the day, this is the worst I've seen it.
Terry Rowland from Tennessee, your first convention?
First convention. Glad to be here.
Thank you very much for being with us. Susan, back to you and to the calls.